These controversial 90-day fiancé, happily ever after? Season 9 cast members have behind-the-scenes tensions. There are several 90-day fiancé, happily ever after? Season 9 cast members who have behind-the-scenes tensions as the in-season drama escalates. 90-day fiancé, happily ever after? Season 9 premiered in early July and has 4 episodes out. This season has a mix of alumni HEA couples and those new to HEA. Cara Bass and Guillermo Royer and Tigerlily Taylor and Adnan Abdelfattah are the newcomers to the spin-off after their original time on 90 Day Fiancé Season 9 and Before the 90 Days Season 7, respectively. Gino Palazzolo and Jasmine Pineda, Brandon Gibbs and Julia Trubkina, Loren and Alexei Bravarnik, Jovi Dufresne and Yara Zaya, and Andre Castrovet and Elizabeth Pothast have all been on Happily Ever After? Before. All of them have also been on other spin-offs in the franchise as well, making their continued issues, core storylines, and potential pitfalls already known to viewers. That said, HEA Season 9 put a focus on Loren and Alexei, Jovi and Yara, and Elizabeth and Andre meeting up and hanging out in southern Florida, so a lot of their season drama is shared. There is contention between the couples that has played out on screen and will continue to do so, and that which has been taken to new heights off-screen. Moreover, several of the other couples or cast members have drama off-screen. Pillow Talk's Thais Ramon is bad-mouthing Loren. And Loren has called Thais out. Loren and 90DF alum Thais Ramon had a blow-up during the HEA Season 8 tell-all. Thais not only felt like Loren was overly judgmental of her during Pillow Talk episodes but also had a better-than-you air to her in person. That feud has since escalated as the tables have turned and Loren has felt like Thais badmouthed her on Pillow Talk. Thais has Loren blocked on Instagram, so she reached out to Thais' husband, Patrick Mendez, to tell him to tell Thais to stop, via @90dayfiance_Alexa. Now, Patrick doesn't follow Loren anymore. Loren has been known to feud with several other alums, including Mohamed Jbailai, Sophie Sierra, and Big Ed Brown, so her behavior towards Thais is not surprising and it is indicative of her personality. Cara Bass is dabbling with the bad boys. And Guillermo gave away his and Cara's relationship status. 90DF franchise alums Rob Warren, Josh Weinstein, and Jamal Menzies began a friendship, and have been capitalizing on it. They have formed the 90-Day Bad Boys, and usually do dance routines and lip-sync whenever they get together. Recently, they dropped a music video that had Cara and Josh interacting sensually as Cara tried to be sexy. The video is being seen as inappropriate by fans amid Cara and Guillermo's marriage turbulence in HEA Season 9. Recently, they dropped a music video that had Cara and Josh interacting sensually as Cara tried to be sexy. Moreover, Guillermo was recently spotted without his wedding ring in a photo with him and Cara's son, and Cara and Guillermo don't follow each other on Instagram. Elizabeth no longer follows Loren. Yara doesn't follow Alex and Jovi doesn't follow Loren or Alex. In HEA Season 9, Loren and Elizabeth stated that they've had a 5-year-long friendship after meeting in the franchise. They've said they've been supportive of one another, but haven't had much opportunity to hang out in person. Loren does not like Andre, and she made that very clear in the first episode when she antagonized Andre about his decision for him and Elizabeth's family to move to Moldova during an explosive exchange. Then, Loren crossed Elizabeth's boundaries by not apologizing for treating Andre unwelcomingly and for not knowing when to butt out of her business. The issues between the two alums have gotten worse, as Elizabeth and Loren no longer follow each other. In that on-screen friend group, Yara doesn't follow Alex and Jovi doesn't follow Loren or Alex, proving that more damage has been done to those relationships. The cast members' Instagram activity is a good indicator of whether fences have been mended or broken further. Adnan violated Tigerlily's privacy rules. It involved their son. After Tigerlily and Adnan had filmed HEA Season 9, Adnan got in hot water with his wife. In Season 9, Tigerlily is pregnant with their first child, a son, Zayn. They are living in a Dallas, Texas, log cabin as a family with Tigerlily's 2 other kids, but there's a problem. Tigerlily has purposely not shown her kids on social media or on the show, and has wanted to keep it that way, but Adnan violated her wishes. Adnan has posted Zayn on his Instagram page several times, sparking a backlash from Tigerlily. 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After. Adnan has proven that he likes to do what he wants, and Tigerlily is often upset by it. So Adnan violating Tigerlily's privacy rules has been an off-screen point of contention. 90-Day Fiancé couple's shocking exit from America sparks relationship questions. A sudden departure from the US has left fans questioning the future of this 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After couple and what it really means for their relationship. In 90-Day Fiancé, family involvement plays a big role in relationship success. Support or pressure from in-laws and a spouse's parents can shape the couple's journey and affect trust, emotional connection, and long-term stability in marriage. On the popular reality TV show, Pedro Jimeno and Chantel Everett's 90-Day Fiancé relationship struggled due to family drama and lack of support. Ongoing tension between Pedro's Dominican family and Chantel's American parents fueled constant arguments. Cultural differences, trust issues, and in-law interference eventually led to their divorce, making them one of the most talked-about breakups in 90-Day Fiancé history. Jenny Slatin and Sumit Singh faced major obstacles in their 90-Day Fiancé, The Other Way journey. Sumit's Indian parents disapproved of their age gap and relationship, delaying their marriage for years. Family pressure, cultural expectations, and emotional stress tested their bond, showing how in-laws can deeply impact international relationships on reality TV. Now, a 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Season 9 couple is experiencing similar issues. While Sumit and Jenny have been able to save their marriage, Julia Trubkina and Brandon Gibbs' relationship could end up like Chantel and Pedro's due to Brandon's parents' over-involvement. But the couple's social media reveals they are taking the necessary steps to fix their differences. Julia has been sharing pictures from her recent Asia trip with Brandon. However, as pointed out by Grateful_D, has fans wondering where Betty Gibbs is. The Redditor shared a post captioned, "Brandon and Julia vacation in Japan without Betty." Charla Lily wrote, "Betty's probably taking the pics." Meanwhile, primary_honeydew_536 wrote, "There's no way Betty let her baby go out of the country with his wife without tagging along." What fans questioning Betty's role in Julia and Brandon's vacation means. Betty's influence and its effect on Brandon and Julia. Brandon has a very close relationship with his parents, Ron and Betty, but their involvement often borders on controlling. Before their wedding, Ron and Betty set strict rules for Brandon and Julia, including making them sleep in separate rooms and managing Julia's birth control without her consent, creating serious strain in their marriage. Brandon's dependency on his parents has made it hard for him to establish healthy boundaries with Julia. Critics have noted how his parents' control has stunted his emotional growth, making him hesitant to prioritize his wife. Their overbearing presence continues to affect the couple's dynamic, raising questions about long-term compatibility. Moreover, recent HEA episodes revealed how Betty has her own room in Brandon and Julia's house, and her pushing Julia to have kids has come across as problematic. It's likely that Julia and Brandon have taken the long trip so they could escape his parents' interference. Julia always wished to move to a big city like Las Vegas, but Brandon couldn't do so because his parents want him close. Our take on Julia and Brandon trying to distance themselves from his parents. Julia and Brandon seek space from Brandon's parents. 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Julia and Brandon's trip to Japan seems like an effort to distance themselves from Brandon's controlling parents. Getting away may help them build independence and set healthier boundaries. This break could be crucial for their relationship, allowing them to focus on each other without constant family interference. 90-Day Fiancé's Julia Trubkina raises health concerns after heartbreaking update amid son's death. As Julia Trubkina from 90-Day, The Last Resort continues to talk about her loved one's death on social media, her updates seem to be sparking concerns among her fans. Julia was first seen in 90 Day Fiancé Season 8 with Brandon Gibbs back in 2020 after she moved to Virginia from Russia. Julia detested living on Brandon's farm, but she also found her true calling there. Julia has made a career out of her love for dogs. A doctor told her that she would never have a baby, and she started calling herself a dog mom. Julia's slowly coping with the loss of her pet dog as she gets back to work amid financial issues, but her recent caption has worried some of her followers. Julia shared a post showcasing herself wearing a colorful maxi dress. She posed in her multicolored dress and provided fans with 3 different pictures of herself. She asked them to choose one of the 3 options. However, the caption also included an honest admission from Julia about her mental health. She wrote, "I need to come back to reality. Unfortunately, I have completely withdrawn into myself and my thoughts." Concerned fans like @Lucilderam reached out to her with comments like, "Hope you are doing good," and "Sorry about your dog." The fan also asked Julia how her family and her mom were doing. Julia did not respond to the fans' inquiry about her own health and well-being. Instead, she told them, "Thank you for asking. I will tell soon about my family." What Julia's fans being concerned about her mental health means. Julia's emotional struggles and cryptic posts. Julia has often spoken with cryptic messages when addressing fans. Her posts about her relationship with Brandon and now her emotional well-being are rarely direct, often raising more questions than offering clarity. Julia may struggle to fully express her thoughts due to a language barrier, which may contribute to the ambiguity in her messages. For example, she recently wrote that she has completely withdrawn into herself and her thoughts, a deeply introspective statement that appeared in a post that was focused on her colorful dress. The contrast left fans puzzled and unsure whether to be concerned or admire her outfit. It looks like Julia has something to say about her marriage and how she is coping with the loss of her beloved pet, Simba. She should have had Brandon by her side as she grieves, but it appears he hasn't been a strong source of support. Julia seems to trust her followers more than her husband, choosing to share her deepest thoughts with them instead. As a reserved person, she appears to be doing her best to stay positive despite the heartbreak. While her fans are offering her comfort and encouragement, her husband seemingly remains distant and emotionally unavailable. Our take on Julia refusing to reveal her true feelings to fans. Is Julia hinting at a return to the franchise? Julia might be keeping her feelings private because she could be returning to the show in a new spin-off. Her distant behavior on social media, paired with subtle hints about what's really going on in her life, is nothing new. She hinted at workouts. After taking a brief break from social media, Julia has made a strong comeback online. Julia shared an Instagram post with a message directed at two-faced individuals. She posted a carousel of pictures of herself from her trip to Amsterdam, Netherlands, accompanied by a caption stating, "I've faced resentment, injustice, and fake people, but I won't let them derail me from my goals." Although Julia didn't specify the identity of these pretentious people, she acknowledged that some obstacles can be challenging to overcome. She also expressed gratitude for the support of her loved ones, as it provides her with the energy to keep pushing forward. What Julia Trubkina lashing out at fake people means. Julia's anger comes from feeling unsupported. While Julia truly loves Brandon, she has become frustrated with him due to his lack of support in bringing her parents from Russia to the United States. She has agreed to seek a second opinion on her fertility issues from American doctors, but Brandon hasn't shown a willingness to help her reunite with her parents. There is a chance that Julia is criticizing Brandon or his parents, Betty and Ron Gibbs, for their lack of support. Despite making significant compromises to save her marriage with Brandon, Julia feels disappointed by him because he isn't fulfilling his part of the deal. Also possible that Julia is frustrated with trolls who are criticizing her online because of her current appearance during 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 2. She has admitted to cheating on Brandon, which many viewers found unacceptable. Julia has also been avoiding intimacy with her husband, leading to her being portrayed as a villain in her storyline. Therefore, it is likely she has received backlash from online users, prompting her to take a break from social media and come back with a message addressing hypocritical people who fail to recognize that she lacks support from her husband or in-laws. Our take on Julia Trubkina claiming she faced resentment and injustice. Julia may have encountered disapproval from Brandon's parents. Julia's recent Instagram post has garnered a lot of support from 90-Day Fiancé fans, but her message lacks clarity about the negative experiences she has encountered. Her co-stars Sophie Sierra and Jasmine Pineda have shown their adoration for her, and there appears to be no evidence of them speaking out against her online. Julia may have faced resentment from Brandon's parents, whom she suspected may only be pretending to love her and have warned her about hurting their son. Hopefully, the next episode of 90 Day, The Last Resort will shed light on her Instagram post. Possible split from Brandon for months before eventually appearing on 90 Day, The Last Resort. Julia may be speaking in riddles because her contract prevents her from revealing too much. Still, she seems to understand that when she truly needs someone to talk to, her loyal fans are often her closest source of support. 90-Day Fiancé's Julia Trubkina refuses to let fake people derail her from her goals amid huge milestone and Brandon's impressive health update. Julia Trubkina from 90 Day, The Last Resort recently shared an Instagram post where she revealed her determination to focus on her life goals and not let fake people hinder her progress. In 2020, she moved from Russia to the United States to marry Brandon Gibbs. Despite facing numerous difficulties, including threats of deportation, losing her green card, and battling deportation, Julia persevered and eventually became an American citizen. She has now successfully launched her own business, which is rapidly gaining popularity. Brandon has also addressed his mental health concerns and dedicated himself to daily